on this series of SSB interview, and today in Toppers Talk, we have with me a student who is very close to my heart, and he has cleared his SSB twice in first and second attempt, and his name is Rachit. And Rachit has always been a fighter, and because due to some medical problems, elbow angle, he will only tell you that he was not able to make it medically this time. But I'm pretty sure Rachit is now doing his graduation from Delhi University, and I'm sure that he is gonna nail up in IMA. Right, Rachit?
Yes, sir.
So, Rachit, we'll start talking about what was the attempts. I don't even remember what were the attempts which you gave for SSB. You cleared your SSB in which two attempts, which time, and something about yourself, how you planned for army and all these things.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Rachit Mittal, as you all know, and I have been recommended twice. First from 2 AFSB Mysore, and second from 34 SSB Allahabad. And I prepared for. Actually, I didn't have something about NDA. It was in class 10th. I've been always fascinated about airplanes and of becoming a pilot. So I searched for the options of becoming pilot in India. So I found out two options. First is commercial and second was NDA. And commercial being very expensive, so I thought I can go with NDA. And since class 10th, I started searching for National Defense Academy and all other ways to join Indian Army or Indian Air Force. And I saw the feeling of patriotism also started to grow in myself. So yeah, I made ND as my aim since class 10th, and after 12th I gave my written examination of NDA 3 times, and I cleared it in the third attempt for the written examination. So then I went for my SSB in Mysore Air Force Selection Board. There were around 320 plus reporting of candidates, and out of them 114 were screened in, and 11 were recommended, out of which I was the one. And the next day our CPSS was there, and I cleared my CPSS as well. Then
okay, sorry to interrupt you in between, Rachit.
Yes, sir.
There is a lot of hype about CPSS, right? That
Yes, sir.
CPSS, and there are a lot of instruments which many of the institutes are running, and that will help you. How did you prepare, and what was CPSS like?
The CPSS is nothing. If you have played video games, a lot of video games on your computer or PC, then it is nothing. You can easily do it. And your aptitude and reasoning must be good. It's all about aptitude, and it's all about the movements on the computer. That's
Okay.
all. Yes, sir.
Okay, carry on.
And then my second SSB was for technical entry scheme after class 12. My center was Allahabad. There are around 170 plus candidates reported, out of which 25 were screened in and 4 were recommended, including me. The both of the experiences were good, but yeah, of course, my first SSB, the ND SSB, was difficult for me as it was my first attempt, and I faced problems like my interview was really difficult. After giving my interview, I felt like, yes, sir.
Some incidences you remember from interview where he wanted to grill you and you were fine in a tight corner.
Yes, I do remember something. Uh, First of all, he asked me that, okay, you were from which stream in 11th, 12th? So I told I was from science, and I scored 97% in class 12th. So he asked me, okay, tell me, what is the mechanism of, do you ride scooty or bikes? So I said, yes, sir, I do ride. So he told me, do you have a license? So that time I was out of words. Like, I told him, no, sir, I don't have a license. So he asked me, why don't you have a license? You told you ride scooty, you go to school from scooty from 11th and 12th, and you don't have a license. So I told him that, sir, around there in my city, uh, policemen and all, they also know that we are students, and they allow students without license. And so he told me that, फिर तो helmet नहीं पहनते होगे. So मैंने कहा, no sir, I wear a helmet. So he asked me what was the color of the helmet, what was the company of the helmet, where did you purchase it from. So he played around those questions. Then he asked me, अच्छा बताओ, you used to drive scooty. What is the mechanism of speedometer? So I told him, sir, the number of times the wheel rolls and the number of times the wheel roll divided by the time it took means revolution, number of revolutions per second, and then it calculates speed.
Did you read it somewhere? Yeah, it was your own logic.
So it was my own logic. I didn't read it anywhere. So,
Okay. Okay.
but then he said, no, no, no. Tell me the internal mechanism of a scooty. What is happening inside? So I told him, sir, I don't know anything about that. So he said, you're a science student. You scored such good percentage, and you don't know such basic thing. How can you score such good percentage? So I told him, sir, I have never studied about all this mechanism in my 11th or 12th, so I don't know about it, but I can tell you later on in the conference. So he said, it's okay,
Right.
okay.
Interrupting you in between. Sorry. Everybody would like to know how much you were the school topper, if I remember correctly. How much you scored in 12th?
So I scored 97% aggregate in 12th.
Yeah, you were a school topper. Right. That's why I asked you. Okay, continue. Okay.
Yes, sir. And sir, yes, he also asked me, which aircraft do you want to fly? So I told him, sir, I want to fly Sukhoi. So he told me, okay, tell me what is the speed of Sukhoi. I told him, sir, around 2.5 Mach. So he told me, Acha, tell me what is Mach. So I told, sir, it is a unit of for measuring speed. No, what? How can you define Mach? So at that time, I didn't knew what was Mach. So I told him it was
Okay.
around like 930 MP miles per hour or something. So he was not agreed with that, but he said it's okay. Those
Okay.
were the things. Yes.
Then what happened in GTO? Like you must have made, I'm sure your friends still would be, a lot of guys would be hanging around you and they would be asking you questions. What happened in GTO? Like as a group, you found some difficulty in snake race or some PGT, FGT, HGT or group discussion. What were those moments when you actually found that it is difficult, group is fighting among each other and they are not listening?
Yes, sir. In GTO, in group discussions, there was something like my topic was why do students prefer to go and study abroad. So there were some
Yeah.
topics on which students were fighting. Like one was saying another thing, and second was saying opposite of that. So they started arguing on that. But I tried to resolve it. I said, okay, you can speak one by one. We can each share a point. We have to not reach on a conclusion. We can just discuss it. So we then discussed it properly. Everyone spoke one by one, and it was a good discussion. Then in PGT, in HGT, and the progressive group tasks and half group tasks also, there were difficulties in overcoming the obstacles. But like in the first PGT, in the first level, everyone was giving the answers. So I kept quiet in the first one,
Okay.
as you told. So everyone was like, yeah, I'll go this way, this way, this way. But from second and third, as the level upgraded, so everyone
Yeah.
started to keep quiet. So then I presented my answers. And I guess there was the thing that GTO liked.
Okay, Rachit, I remember you reduced a lot of weight for SSB, right? Even before going for SSB. Then
Yes,
tell me about that. Like, what was that hard work? And I think, okay, let's accept one thing. NDA and Air Force is a big thing, and of course, you have got this thing can be redeemed. Your elbow angle can be improved. That is not a problem. Regular exercise and some this thing help of a physiotherapist will help you in that. And I will see you flying after CDS also. But thing is this that yeah, that initial challenge that how you reduce weight and workout कैसे किया घर वाले क्या बोलते थे पागल हो गया है लड़का and what was the how did you cope up from that part?
yes, sir. So I was really overweight. I was around 88 to 90 kgs when I went for my SSB. And with, sir, initially in 11th or 12th and coming from a Bania family, they all say like khale beta khale kuch nahi hota, and I increased a lot of weight. Yes. And in class 12th also, due to a lot of studies, pressure of boards, I increased weight. So but when my after getting recommended after my medicals, I got 86 kgs. So they gave me uh, in my medicals I got unfit, and I got 42 days time for after my temporary rejection, and I got my EMB in base of it. So I had to bring down my weight to 68
Okay.
at least
That
68
is
to get to.
almost 20 kgs in 40 days.
Yes, sir, almost.
Yeah.
So I started working out the next day, and I returned from my medicals. I used to run around, initially when I used to run, I cannot run even 500 meters. But gradually, when I increased my stamina
Okay.
and used to run daily, at the end of 40 days, I was running about 5 kilometers. So, and I used to run in the morning as well as in the evening, including 2 hours workout as well, which included all cardio and weight training. And I cut out all my diet. I didn't have chapatis, I didn't have rice, I didn't have milk either. Milk only once at night. And I had
I
nothing
remember
oily.
you telling
I
me
had nothing.
that your mother wants to talk to me at that time. Why doing it to yourself,
Yes, sir. Like, my parents were also saying,
right?
"What are you doing? You are eating nothing and all. Is it so important?" I said, "Yes, it is very important for me. I can do anything." So I reduced all my diets. I eat only boiled vegetables, fruits, boiled eggs. That's all, and complete liquid diet. So yeah, I was able to reduce my weight up to 68, 69 kgs, and I got fit for being overweight in my AMB.
Okay, Rachit, you also, when you went for SSB before that, you also scared about a lot of things about SSB. Tell few things from your heart which you feel every candidate, any coaching or anything, he can start doing. Or like for your self preparation, how to make up your mind, because okay, you took coaching, but that was for SSB, not for weight reducing. So I mean to say, like combined, like if we look back around 1 year back, then how much you have changed till now, and how much it has helped you out in your life as an opinion. And of course, that incident also, that is very unique thing which happened with you. Trust me, I've never heard before you that this thing has happened. So yeah, something about that also.
Okay, sir. So initially, I didn't knew anything about SSB. After my 12th boards, when I gave NDA and I got the mark sheet for written examination, I cleared it. Then I started preparing for my SSB. I searched what is SSB on internet and all, and then I talked to one of my brothers, Piyush Bhaiya, and he told me about you. So then I came to you, and you told me all about SSB. So I guess the key factor in SSB is you need to be disciplined and honest with yourself, because you cannot tell the lies over there. And if you are telling a lie, if you're hiding something, then it must be a truth for you as well. You must be prepared for each and every question that he can ask you if you are telling a lie. But firstly, you should not never tell a lie in SSB. You should always be honest. If you know the answer, then tell him. If you don't know any answer, then straight say, I don't know. Don't hype something, and don't pretend like you are exceptionally good in academics or in sports. If you are, then you write it. If you aren't, then don't flaunt yourself, because he can ask you to do anything over there, and you'll be caught in seconds. So, and I guess you need to be disciplined in your real life as well. You need to be solving problems, because they are not looking for an exceptional candidate. They are not looking for a candidate who is so good in academics and sports and all. They are looking for an average candidate, but who can solve real life problems whenever you face any problems, and who can lead the person, the group, in a in a good approach, and can solve problems. So yeah, you
Yeah,
need to be disciplined. You need to have
Rachit.
progressive mind. Yes, sir.
Okay, I would like to tell the viewers this, that this is a very unique case. Rachit, you already cleared your FCAT, right? Yeah, you already cleared your NDA medicals, and what was that scenario? That army headquarters asked you to go for medicals again. What was that?
Yes, sir. So it was like first I had my TS SSB in September, and
Yeah.
I had my TS medicals before my NDA medicals. So I got fit in TS. I was overweight, and I had one more issue, but I got it cleared in my AMBs at base hospital. So I was completely
Yeah.
fit for technical entry. But when I
Yeah.
went for medical NDA medicals at in Bangalore, I got unfit for overweight and for bilateral cubitus valgus, that elbow case.
Okay.
So yes, sir. So in my AMB at base hospital, I got
Yeah.
fit for overweight, but I couldn't get fit for my that cubitus valgus. I got an X-ray and my angle was a bit more, so they got me unfit. And I also couldn't apply for my RMB because they said that you need to bring some proof from a doctor that your angle is not above the levels required. So I couldn't arrange for the proof, so I couldn't apply for RMB. But I was sure that since I have cleared my TS medical, so I can join Indian Army, no problem. And the months passed, and it was about December. All my friends and all my batchmates were getting their letters, call letters from OTA. So, and I was also waiting for the same. I did all my packing and I purchased everything which was required to bring in the academy. And it was like New Year also passed. I was still waiting for my letter to come. And on 3rd of January, I got a mail from Join Indian Army that since that there is a controversy between your medicals at NDA and between your medicals at TS. You were fit in TS, but you were unfit for NDA. So we need to conduct your medical again at RNR, and that will be the deciding factor whether you will join TES or not. You're already unfit for NDA, it's for TES only. So I went for my medicals in RNR, and the medical went for 2 to 3 days, and there I got unfit finally, and I got unfit for both of them, yeah, on 9th of January 2019.
चलो एक बात है रचित that I always tell my students that anything which does not kill you make you even more stronger. So I can see this thing that a person who has come over such a success, like 2 attempts, 2 SSBs, and then over such a failure, and he's coming over that also, then it means he's definitely stronger, right? And as far as this thing is concerned, elbow angle, definitely there are some exercises, and I think you would have consulted a this thing, physiotherapist, but do it.
So,
There are so Rachit, it is always nice and lovely and inspiring talking to you. So some like punching tips, English की problem, confidence, ये वो. What is your analyzing? कि यार if you want to go for SSB, then just one thing you need to work on. Final one thing.
so finally, I would like to say that you need to work on your confidence and your communication. Like, be confident in whatever you say. Language is not the medium. Like, it is not compulsory that you need to talk in English only. You can converse in Hindi as well, but switch back to English as soon as possible. You need to be confident and you need to be disciplined. That's the key. And you need not to be good in every aspect that they are searching for. Like, you need not to be highly good in academics and all, but you need to be disciplined and you need to be confident.
मतलब ब्यूरो डेमो वो एकदम वो होता है ना ब्यूरोक्रेटिकली आंसर देके तूने सारे पॉइंट्स डाल दिए इसमें राइट डिसिप्लिन चलो गुड वन रचित ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट फॉर योर फ्यूचर एंडेवर्स
Thank you,
and
sir.
definitely I would love to see you in uniform only flying because that is your childhood dream, maybe in
Yeah,
CDS,
sure, sir.
right? Because you can join AFA through CDS also. There are very
Yes.
less limited vacancies. Before you add one student, Prashant, there were only 4 or 5 vacancies all over India for permanent flying. They are for permanent flying. They're not for short
Okay.
service mission. So he was all India rank 2. Okay. So all the very best to you. Don't worry, you are already doing very good in your school. I already know you are doing your graduation and enjoying
Yes,
pretty much in Delhi. So all the very best, Rachit, and
thank you.
thanks a lot for spending time with us.